Hello everyone, welcome to the channel Profile Plus. This is Padma. In my lesson today, I picked up a topic, are you good at parenting? Yes friends, as a parents in this current situation, we face a lot of challenging tasks day by day, isn't it? See, to handle the children in this current scenario is not an easy job. At the same time, children equally have a lot of emotional problems outside. And as a parent, we always care for them. Yes, 100% we care for our children. But there are some ways we might go wrong in handling them. So let's have a checklist in today's video to just know whether are we going in a right path. If not, we'll try to correct it soon. Let's begin. Yes friends, there are a few points which I have picked up for you today exclusively in order to just have a checklist on your parenting. See, just imagine, as parents, we all expect our children to come back home and say that I have got the best parents in the world. See, we always wanted that. We are trying to give the best, whatever your child requires. I have no doubts on it. But there are few people who might misunderstand parenting and overprotect a child. That will never do anything good for them. So there are certain things or parameters we need to follow when you become a parent. Either you become a parent of a toddler, or you just handling a primary child or an adolescent kid or a teenage boy at home, boy or a girl. See, this is quite common. The very first point which I picked up here might answer most of your question. See, child self-esteem. What is called the self-esteem of a child? Right from the age of 1 or 2, the child must be given a chance to develop the self-esteem. See, example, when a child go and do anything on his own, it just has this confidence that he is strong. So please allow the child to just do small things independently, and don't use words as a weapons here. See, there are many parents who just use their words as a weapon. Like mainly they compare that particular child with another child, and they use words like stupid and idiot. And please understand, your words, your expression, everything is noticed by the small kid. And that will definitely damage the self-esteem, and finally the child feels very weak and becomes very his self-confidence or self-esteem will be destroyed totally. You understand? So this is a very big problem with many people, many children these days. And later you cannot just really work on these kind of habits where the child develops in him or in her. You understand this? So please, as a parent, allow the child to do a few things independently, and please give the appreciation. Okay, even if it is a small thing, please give a clap and appreciate the child. And those who are having a toddler, and this is exclusively for you, please allow your toddler to just take the food on his own and eat. Okay, and as well as when they grow up, like to a primary level or a secondary level, again the same thing. Please allow the child to do certain things on his own. The second point here is set limits. See, many parents have this kind of a problem. See, when it comes for the discipline, it doesn't happen overnight. You cannot just expect a miracle to happen overnight. See, as a parent, there are many people who take this pressure. See, all these days they could have given a lot of pampering to the kid. They could have not taught any discipline to the kid. Okay, they could have not set any limitations. In the name of pampering, they give more liberations, more freedom to the kid. And when they grow up, suddenly they expect the kid to behave like an adult and to be like very decent, to be like very well behaved in the public. No. See, I'm telling you, this would never happen overnight. So please understand, as an young parent, right from the stage of 1, right from the year of 1 or 2, you should set limits, and you should be definitely consistent. See, setting limits, anybody can do it. You can tell your child, okay, leave your slippers outside, and please don't put papers, don't just put litters everywhere. All these things, you can set a limit, but be consistent on that is very big problem over here. because those are having the the elderly people at home. I think you will agree with me. Those granny and grandpa, no, they'll like just come and interfere when you're trying to teach your child a small disciplinary things. This has become a problem, but understand, when you keep insisting on the point very consistently, day by day, I just believe me, they will cooperate with you. They'll surely cooperate with you. So believe, mark my words, friends. So be just consistent with your limitations to the kid and teach him how to use the toilets very properly right from the childhood, brushing teeth and going to the bed early and just keeping the house clean, keeping his books wrapped. Everything is what you call it as discipline. Without a proper discipline, you can never expect your child to be successful anywhere he goes, not even in his marks or in his career. Without a proper discipline that he maintains from his childhood, your child is going to suffer a lot without a proper discipline. So please understand, set limits and be consistent on your limit, especially to the kids, to the adolescent children. You should just tell them, so these things I allow you to do and these things no, never, and be consistent on that. And the third one here is make time. Yes, everyone says make time to your kids. And I know these days many women are really, dumped with a lot of work. I don't complain them. I know that's the situation outside. We have to accept the situation that every parents, even if you're a single parent or if you're a couple together as a parent, then it is quite a very big struggle for you to just withhold all your expenses and responsibilities. Many women are working women these days, and they would definitely love to make time. Not that they are not really willing to make time for their kids, but problem is they are pressurized. They have a lot of workload. But what I would recommend is, even if you spend 10 minutes, and that should be a value, there should be a value for that time. That 10 minutes or 15 minutes during your bedtime, whatever you speak to your child, that 15 minutes you give yours. You give yours to the kid's complaint or child's complaint or whatever he is going to bring back home in order to tell about his friend or tell about his teacher and tell about what is this new thing he has done for the day and everything. You have to give yours, and don't be judgmental, please. Because you know pretty well that we were also very imperfect in our childhood. We were not that Mr. Perfect or a Miss Perfect during your childhood. Definitely no. If you go back home and ask your parents, they would give you a list of complaints how all you have been in your childhood. So never judge the child whatever he is coming up to tell you. And there are many smart parents these days being very friendly to the kids, and I recommend that. So please make time, even if it is 15 minutes, please be very gentle and also be that role model to your kid. When you are well behaved, when you use the right words, and obviously your child do the same thing. So I recommend many women, like mostly the children are looking at the mother from the childhood a lot, and even the boys who are at home, they are keep on watching their father, how he behaves, how he speaks, whether he speaks loudly or whether he speaks all these unnecessary words, and everything is being observed by the child. So please make sure that you be that good role model for your kid and also make time for your kid and don't be judgmental. Then the fourth point here is love them unconditionally. See, everyone do mistakes. Each one of us do a lot of mistakes in life. And when your child is doing something in the school and coming back with loads and loads of painful memories that he has just taken back from the school, and please love them unconditionally and don't corner them or don't poke them by just keep insisting on that particular incident again and again. Any bitter accidents happening in your children's life, that has to be forgotten by the parents first. So this is most important. Yes, I am feeling very sensitive because this is most sensational these days. And never poke your child if he or she has gone somewhere wrong sometime before, and never try to bring it back and tell him or use your words as a weapon. Hey, oh, that day you did this, that day you... No, never do this. Never do this to your kid. Because please understand, every humans are tempted to make mistakes. So this is quite common. Love your child very much unconditionally and also know your limitations. You cannot live your children's life as you just see that, oh my God, my dream was to become a doctor. so that I push my child to become a doctor. That is very wrong. I hope many of you watching this video, I think you must, nowadays, I think everyone are aware of it. Every parents whom I meet, they say like, let him study whatever he wants out, let her study whatever she wants. And I encourage that change. See, that's really welcoming. I should welcome all this change in parents' psychology. But there are still few parents, they put all their dreams on their kids, pushing them to go for this class and that class as you see yourself in them. No. You should know your limitations as a parent. You cannot live someone's life. Of course, you have to teach your son a discipline. You have to teach your daughter a proper, how to lead a proper life, a very disciplined life. Getting educated, not using any bad words, being very well behaved with the people around them. These are all the most mandatory things every parents have to do. But don't live their life, please. Allow them to live their own life. Give them a percentage of freedom and liberations. The last but not the least, see, know your needs. Yes, this is very much mandatory, and especially for the homemakers who are watching this. See, just because you're at home, your full-time job is to, if you think it's parenting alone, or if you wanted to be the super cool mom, giving your best to cook or best to be done everything at the home, okay? But then imagine if you don't know what your needs are, then you are not going to be that best mother. Understand this. If you're going to be at home sitting all the day with no work, and end of the day, definitely I'm saying you will be having a lot of emotional imbalance and pressure in your mind. And what would you do, obviously? Obviously, as a human, you will try to throw your pressure to your children. And how can you be that best mother if you're just throwing your pressure to the children every time? That's very wrong. And end of the day, you keep complaining that, no, I'm not doing anything for my goodness and I'm just, being sacrificed my life. No, sacrifice is not that. Sacrificing is definitely not that. Balance everything. If you're a woman who are watching it, if you're good at crafts, if you're good at, cooking or anything, please know your needs. What you are going to do for your life. Your parents, as a mother or as a granny, they might have got a lot of dreams on you when they raised you, isn't it? Your mother didn't want you to be this typical homemaker sitting at home all the time cooking breakfast, lunch and dinner. No. They always wanted their own daughters to be, doing something great for their life, right? So take your chances and in your free time, do something for yourself. Know your needs so that your pressure goes out and whatever the time you contribute for your children or for the family will be very, very fruitful. Alright? And this is equally for the fathers who are watching this. Okay, so you know your needs. What is your need? Maybe if you wanted to play, just sometime you want to play your chess, or you wanted to just hang out with friends at least weekly once and just have your limits and go meet your friends and come back, because that is your basic thing what you need. If you skip all that in the name of sacrifice, if you are being very pressurized and keep yelling at your wife or yelling at your children, and how does it going to end up? It's going to end up like a hell inside the home, no? So please know your needs, what are your priorities, set up your priorities as a parent and try to equally contribute time for everything so that you can be the best parent, because you have no pressure or you have no kind of a setbacks, like always thinking that I didn't do this, I didn't do that, no complaints, right? So these are the 5 most important points when I picked up, okay, are you good at parenting? If this question arises in your mind, probably you have to make this checklist with you. I made it today, that whether am I doing everything perfect. The same way I expect all these viewers to have this checklist with you and just put a tick mark if you're doing really correct, or if there is anywhere you are lagging back, I want you to work on it. I hope this video has been very useful for you to know or to just allow me to do a lot of videos like this by giving this like button and support us. And those who have not subscribed and still watching our videos, please don't forget to subscribe our videos. Let me catch you in the next video. Enrich, empower and emotion with English. Thank you, friends.